living in a time of great uncertainty due to the current coronavirus pandemic. And of course, we know that it's had a terrible effect on many families and many lives. We see the figures of over 30,000 people who have lost their lives in the UK, others who have been bereaved, who have lost their jobs, whose lives have been turned upside down in one way or another. And it brings a certain amount of fear and uncertainty. And people ask, when will we ever return to normal? And what will normal look like? What will the new normal be? We keep hearing that phrase, the new normal. What will happen to schools and universities and jobs and travel and all of those things that we have taken for granted for so many years? As we watch the news and see figures and graphs and statistics from all over the world, it's very easy to be discouraged. It's very easy to be downhearted. It's very easy to feel pessimistic and fearful. King David, second king of Israel, who wrote many of the Psalms, faced many difficulties and crises during his life, even before he was king. Despite being God's chosen anointed one, he wasn't immune from difficulties. In fact, he faced many difficulties during his lifetime. And these are often reflected in the Psalms which he wrote. And one Psalm in particular, which I want to read to you now, is Psalm 37, which gives us some encouragement in those difficult times. Here's Psalm 37, the first 8 verses. Do not fret because of evil men, or be envious of those who do wrong. For like the grass, they will soon wither. Like green plants, they will soon die away. Trust in the Lord and do good. Dwell in the land and enjoy safe pasture. Delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. Commit your way to the Lord. Trust in him, and he will do this. He will make your righteousness shine like the dawn, the justice of your cause like the noonday sun. Be still before the Lord and wait patiently for him. Do not fret when men succeed in their ways, when they carry out their wicked schemes. Refrain from anger and turn from wrath. Do not fret, it only leads to evil. For evil men will be cut off, but those who hope in the Lord will inherit the land. And we don't know exactly what situation David was facing when he wrote that particular psalm, but he gives us some helpful advice which is true in any of the situations which we may have to face, including the current one. He says, don't fret. First of all, don't fret. And secondly, don't be angry. Those are two very natural reactions which we can experience when we're faced with a situation like this. To worry and fret about the future, and to be angry about the effect that this is having and what has caused it. And those are very negative reactions which we can have. Rather, David says we should trust in the Lord. And we should do good. There's plenty of opportunity to do good in these days. And he says, delight yourself in the Lord. And commit your way to the Lord. And be still for the Lord and wait patiently for him. In another Psalm, Psalm 27, David says that we should wait for the Lord, be strong and take heart and wait for the Lord. And that's a theme through very many of David's Psalms. In the midst of all that he was going through, he took time to be still and to wait for God. Isaiah picks up the same theme as David in those very well-known verses that he from Isaiah chapter 40, where he says this: those who wait on the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not faint. There's plenty of good advice for us at the moment about looking after our mental health and looking after our physical health. And many are taking up new hobbies and new activities. They're reading books, they're knitting, they're baking, they're cycling and running and gardening. And it's good to do all those things. It's good that while we have extra time and spare time, we use it well. But it's also good to take some of that spare time to wait on God. Not to neglect that, the most important aspect of our lives, not to neglect our spiritual health. We can become weary as the weeks of lockdown seem to go on, seem to be endless as we're into our 8th or 9th week now of lockdown. And it's very important to have that discipline of waiting on God, of waiting on him to receive his strength. We need his strength for ourselves, and we need it to be able to go and strengthen and encourage others. So let's take the advice of both David and God speaking through his prophet Isaiah. Let us wait on the Lord. and renew our strength, so that we can soar on wings like eagles, run and not grow weary, and walk and not faint. And so that whatever happens, whatever the outcome of the gradual process of exiting from this lockdown whatever that may evolve, we know that we should wait for the Lord, be strong and take heart, and wait for the Lord.